Hello, so this is my first video, and today I'm going to be showing you a Arch Linux installer script that I built. So on GitHub, I'll link this in the description. If you want to use it, it's obviously not going to be like as good as Arch install, the built-in Arch Linux installer script. But yeah, so how this works basically is, so we have, there's two scripts, and then the configuration files is what you edit. I named it Arch Shell installer because it's shell scripting. Yeah, it's just kind of a basic name, but yeah, anyway. So the install config in here, you'll put like your keyboard layout, so UK, time zone, Europe, London, or US or whatever. Drive label, so the label of your drive, partition numbers, local, hostname, root password, and you will edit this to your needs, and then the post installation is your user for your user account, and password for the new user, and then your desktop environment. So I've only tested GNOME and XFCE. The rest of these probably should work perfectly fine, but I just haven't tested them yet. So I can't really remember how I did it. I made this script not too long ago, 2 days ago. But yeah, you can obviously look at all the code. You should look at all of the code before you run it. That's kind of that's something you should do before running random scripts. Just from someone making a YouTube video, like, you don't know who I am and you don't know my intentions, so you should always look through or scan it through some website or something, if you can even do that. I don't know if you can, but yeah, it's all, you can also edit this, you make your own or whatever. And yeah, so let's just set up VirtualBox. So I'm going to make a VM. Just name it test, just name it Arch, and then just select my ISO image. Okay, and we'll give it like 3 GB of RAM and 3 CPU cores. I am going to be upgrading my RAM soon, actually. It could, the delivery could be tomorrow. But yeah, so you're just going to need to load in to the Arch Linux installation media, just the Arch Linux ISO from the archlinux.org. Is it .org? Yeah, it's archlinux.org. So just go on archlinux.org, download. You can download with a BitTorrent, that's recommended, or you can download from one of these mirrors in this whole list of mirrors. But yeah, we can do one of these, which this is US, or like United Kingdom, Ukraine. Just select your fastest mirror for you. Yeah, so let's check if this is alright. We're in. So what you want to do first is you want to install Git. So you just do command -s y git, and this will install Git. So this is what you'll need to actually download the shell script files from my GitHub repo. Nano should be installed. Yeah, I'm going to be using Nano. If you use Vim or whatever, you can obviously use that. I'm just used to Nano. I've actually like never used Vim, so yeah. So this is the link, so I'm just going to put it in here, and I'm just going to grab the VM and copy it from here. So what you want to do is git clone https://github.com/nobody-arch. That's by the way, that's from when I used to use Arch Linux, and then Arch Linux installer .git, and this will get that that will download the GitHub repo, and then you can just do ls, and you'll see that new folder. So you can just cd into this directory, and obviously there you go. So that's obviously the same file layout as this. So what we're going to do now is we're going to configure the install.conf, install.conf. So you just want to do nano install.conf, and once you're in here, first actually we need to configure some stuff. I forgot about that. So you can just go out of that directory, and we need to partition our disk first. So we need to partition our disk, and let me just I just want to look. So you need to partition your disk and find out the disk label. I would recommend you partition your disk in this layout. So the first partition you make will be boot, swap, and root. If you don't want to do swap, just swap that out for so if you did boot and root, just swap the swap part with change the root part to 2, and then you can just remove this one, so it would be like this. But I'm going to be doing just the base, no config, like I'm just going to be installing it like how it is in the install configuration file. So what you want to do is you do ls okay, and you'll see whatever one your main drive is. So I didn't even make my drive bigger, so it's 8 gigabytes. That might not be enough to install actually. Okay, let me just change the disk size real quick. We'll just power this off. System. How can I change this then? Okay, let me just make a new VM real quick. Hardware. Alright, yeah, my bad for that. I'll load back. So we'll just git clone this again, and then we should be back to business. Okay, let me just wait for this. Okay, so we are now in here. Git, I'm pretty sure, yeah, Git, you'll have to install Git if you actually reboot. So you just do pacman -sy this will install Git. And then we'll just, what's this? Yeah, I'll just do what? I don't know what this is. I'm so confused what's going on. There we go, we have Git installed. Okay. Okay, so you just do ls-bok and you'll find your disk layout. So mine's SDA, as you can see, and it's 59.4 gigabytes. So you just want to know what your driver is. If you have one driver, it'll be pretty simple, but you'll usually find out which driver is yours by the size of it. So mine is, my drive label is SDA. And also what we're going to do is going to do fdisk dev-sda. So in this part you want to put your drive label. So mine's SDA, yours could be SDB or NVMe. Just copy that like that. So once you've done that, you can just press O and then you can P just to check. So this also will be the partitions. So you want to press N, enter, P for primary, just press enter, and you'll do +1G, make sure it's a capital G, and do another one. So do N, P for primary, enter, and press enter, and then +4 gigs. This will be for the swap partition. You can make this maybe 2 gigabytes, 8 gigabytes, but I'll just do 4. And then we'll make another one, so press N, P for primary, enter, 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 and what that one will do, the last one, we'll use all of the rest of the disk space. So there we go, we have dev SDA 1, dev SDA 2, and 3. Now, this will wipe all your data on your drive, so make sure you selected the right drive, and just make sure you've backed up everything. If you have any inform files that you need, just press W, enter, and there you go. You can run ls-bok again, and then it will say SDA, and underneath SDA it will show you the partition layout. And yeah, so now we can go to CD back. So we can clear the screen and we'll CD into the GitHub repo, and we'll go nano install.conf and key map. So if you're in the US, you put US. I'm in the UK, so I'm going to do a UK key map. For time zone, you want to change this to your appropriate time zone. So mine's Europe, London. I'll just use the London time zone. And then partition number, as you can see, so it could be SDA or NVMe 0 and 1, or SDB, or anything. So it could be SDB or like NVMe. For me it's SDA, as we saw in ls-bok, and this is what matters. So we partitioned it. The first one was that 1 gigabyte one, then the second one was the 4 gig, and then the third was the root partition, which is your main storage basically. So that will be boot, swap, which is so if you run out of RAM, it will all start to use disk space as memory, as RAM. and then the root partition is where all your storage is basically. Where you install your programs, desktop environment, and everything like that. The local or locale or whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna leave this how it is. Host name for the system, so I'll change mine just to Arch Linux, and root password just for this video it'll be 123. And there we go, we've done that. We've set up that config, and then just do Control X, Y, and enter to then save that configuration. And now we can do another ls. We need to run arch _install.sh. I'd recommend you run this with sudo. I'm pretty sure you don't need to, but I've always just run it with sudo. So do sudo /arch. You can just press tab to fill in the rest of that. Arch _install.sh, and then we're going to press enter. Command not found. Oh yeah, that's why we don't. My bad. We don't need to use sudo because sudo isn't actually installed on the. I got that wrong. So just run /arch _install.sh, and permission denied. Yeah, so you will get this permission denied. So you want to do chmod and then plus and x arch _install.sh. So this will make it executable, and then run /arch _install.sh. And it will say, warning, this will install Arch Linux on /dev, that's SDA boot, SDA1, and then swap is SDA2, and root is SDA3, and then continue, type yes. We want to continue. If you don't want to continue, then just type no. And there we go. So now it's going to start installing Arch Linux, as you can see. So I will be back with you guys once Arch Linux this is finished installing, and then we'll get to the post installation, and we'll then get our desktop environment and everything like that. We'll install GNOME, set up a user, set up sudo permissions, everything like that. We'll get all of that set up. Yeah, I'll see you guys in a second once this is finished installing. Okay, so we're back, and as you can see it says installation complete. You can now reboot into your new Arch Linux system. That's just above /arch install .sh 51 seconds, and yeah, well, you can just exit and type reboot. And then I'm gonna need this to reboot, and I'll select the drive that I got installed to. I'm being booted into grub, and now let's boot into Arch Linux, and there we go, it installed. Perfect. So you just put in root because we haven't made a user yet, and the password that you set in the config file. For me that was 123, and we need to do hackman-s git, because this obviously won't have git installed. And then we need to git clone it again, so do git clone https://github.com/. / nobody / arch / by the way / arch linux installer.git, and then do an ls, and there you go. There we go, and then just cd into that directory. Then you'll see post installation postinstall.conf. We're going to edit that now, and then the post_install.sh is the script that will run and install our desktop environment, set up a user, and everything like that. So we'll run, we'll need to do install nano, pacman-s nano, and install nano, and then we're going to do nano postinstall.conf, enter, and then you want to enter your username for your user. So I'll just do compile this, which is my user for that's my name on YouTube, and then user password 123. We'll just do 123 again, and desktop environment. So from this video, me making this video on Monday the 11th of August, I've only tested GNOME and XFCE. The rest should work, but if you want to know the ones that work, that I know work, is GNOME and XFCE. So we're going to do GNOME. Should we do GNOME or XFCE? I'll do GNOME. Then just do Control X, Y, enter, clear the screen. Then what could we do? You can do an ls, and do /post underscore so /post underscore install.sh, and then just press enter. Oh yeah, we haven't made it executable, so do chmod. This is the same thing we did with the installation one. Now I do post install.sh, then run /post underscore install.sh. No file or directory. What do you mean? I probably typed it wrong. There we go. Post underscore install.sh. Click enter to run it, and then you'll be put into this file. So we are going to have to go down to find this section, user privilege specification. You can make a new line and type in your name for your user that you set in the configuration file. So I did compile this. Compile this, and then copy, same as the root one. So all equals colon all, and all you can obviously change this to how you want it to be, but this is how I do it. Then do Control X, Control X and then Y and then enter, and then it'll continue on with the install. So I will come back to you guys once this is finished installing, and then we'll look at our installed system. Okay, and now as you can see, it says post installation complete. You can now reboot into your new desktop environment. So just type reboot and you'll reboot. I have to select my disk in here. There we go. So you'll obviously boot with grub, and you'll see we'll boot into the GNOME desktop environment. Just give it a second, and there we go. We are now in. My username is there. Arch Linux password 123. So it's just for a test, so it doesn't matter. This is going to be slow just because it doesn't have a lot of RAM and it's GNOME, and I didn't give it I've gave it like barely any barely any cores and stuff anyway. We'll skip that, and to test your if you have root, you can just try and install Firefox. So sudo pacman -sy. You can do syu as well. I'll just do sy. Firefox, and then put in your password, and this will install Firefox. If it's installed, you have sudo privileges, like full sudo privileges, and Firefox is not showing up. Let's type it in, and there we go. Anyway, if you have any suggestions or anything like that, just comment down below and I can see if I can add those features in. I want to make the installer so instead of it showing all of the scripts being ran, it just has a little spinning logo and says installing Arch Linux. And you have no scrolling text on your screen, and it just says installing and stuff like that. I think that'd be pretty neat, and it will just hide everything. But yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. Yeah, and that's how you install. So you install Arch Linux with my script. So this is the GitHub repo. I'll be posting this later. I can't really post it now because I want to go to sleep, to be honest. But yeah, thanks for watching. The GitHub repo will be linked in the description, and you can check it out there. Peace out, everyone.